Imagine a single book that lets you buy an entire house, a car, or even a diamond ring and have it delivered right to your door. A feat unmatched by modern online giants. That colossal enterprise was Sears, Roebuck and Company, established in 1886 by Richard Sears, first selling watches, then expanding rapidly into a comprehensive mail-order catalog business by 1893, with Alva Roebuck joining the venture. Their initial catalog was a mere 23 pages, but by 1900, it exploded to over 1,000 pages, reaching millions of rural American homes who had limited access to city stores. This everything store offered a vast array of goods, from farm equipment and musical instruments to clothing, and even entire prefabricated homes from 1908 to 1940 that came with all materials and instructions for assembly. A truly revolutionary concept. By 1925, the company began opening physical retail stores to cater to an increasingly urbanized population, starting with a store in Chicago and rapidly expanding its brick-and-mortar presence across the nation. Sears enjoyed its golden age through the 1950s and 1960s, becoming the largest retailer in the United States, a household name synonymous with quality and affordability, boasting an astounding 3,500 stores at its peak and employing hundreds of thousands of people. Its brands like Kenmore Appliances, Craftsman Tools, and Die Hard Batteries were trusted staples in American homes, each generating billions in annual revenue for decades. The company's market capitalization reached an incredible $25 billion, reflecting its immense dominance and cultural impact during this period. However, cracks began to show in the 1970s and 80s as new competitors like Kmart and later Walmart entered the market, offering lower prices and more efficient supply chains. Sears struggled to adapt, clinging to its traditional catalog business model for too long, and its vast physical stores became expensive to maintain. Diversification efforts into financial services, including Dean Witter Reynolds and the Discover Card in the 1980s, were meant to bolster revenues, but distracted from its core retail business. The company started selling off valuable assets like its retail tower in Chicago, its insurance arm Allstate, and eventually its financial divisions in the 1990s. By the early 2000s, its market share had drastically diminished, and it faced fierce competition from online retailers, further accelerating its decline. In 2005, a merger with Kmart Holding Corporation, under the leadership of Eddie Lampert, was intended to create a retail powerhouse, but instead, it only prolonged the inevitable financial struggles. Continuous store closures and significant losses marked the 2010s, leading to its eventual filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. In 2018, a shocking end for what was once the undisputed king of American retail. And today, only a handful of stores remain, a stark reminder of a once unbeatable empire that failed to evolve with changing consumer demands and a rapidly shifting retail landscape. Selling entire homes with all materials by mail was once an actual reality. Sears, Roebuck and Company, founded in 1886 by Richard Sears, began selling watches, quickly expanding into an extensive mail-order catalog business by 1893, when Alva Roebuck joined. What started as a mere 23-page catalog rapidly swelled to over 1,000 pages by 1900, reaching millions of rural American households who had limited access to city shopping. This everything store offered a vast array of goods, ranging from farm equipment, musical instruments, clothing, and even complete prefabricated homes, available from 1908 until 1940, each arriving with all necessary materials and clear assembly instructions. A truly revolutionary concept. By 1925, the company began opening physical retail stores for an increasingly urbanized population, starting with a store in Chicago and swiftly building its brick-and-mortar presence across the nation. Sears enjoyed its golden age through the 1950s and 1960s, becoming the largest retailer in the United States, a name synonymous with quality and widespread affordability, boasting 3,500 stores at its peak, employing hundreds of thousands of people. Its iconic brands like Kenmore appliances, Craftsman tools, and Die-Hard batteries were trusted mainstays in countless American homes, each generating billions in annual revenue for decades. The company's market capitalization reached $25 billion, reflecting its immense dominance and cultural impact during this period. However, trouble appeared in the 1970s and 80s as new competitors like Kmart and later Walmart entered the market, offering lower prices and more efficient supply chains. Sears struggled to adapt, clinging too long to its traditional catalog business model, and its sprawling physical stores became expensive to maintain. Diversification efforts into financial services, including Dean Witter Reynolds and the Discover Card in the 1980s, were intended to boost revenues, but diverted focus from its core retail operations. The company sold invaluable assets: its Chicago retail tower, its insurance division Allstate, and ultimately its financial divisions during the 1990s. By the early 2000s, its market share had drastically diminished, and it faced fierce competition from online retailers, further accelerating its decline. In 2005, a merger with Kmart Holding Corporation under the leadership of Eddie Lampert was intended to create a retail powerhouse, yet instead, it merely prolonged the inevitable financial struggles. Continuous store closures and significant losses marked the 2010s, culminating in its eventual filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. In 2018, a shocking end for what was once the undisputed king of American retail. And today, only a handful of stores remain, a stark reminder of an empire that failed to evolve with changing consumer demands and a shifting retail landscape. 132 years of empire vanished. Sears, once an undisputed king of retail, suffered an astonishing downfall after decades of unparalleled success. Its troubles truly began surfacing in the 1970s and 1980s, when new aggressive competitors like Kmart and later Walmart entered the market. These challengers offered significantly lower prices and boasted far more efficient supply chains, fundamentally altering the retail landscape. Sears struggled profoundly to adapt, clinging too long to its traditional catalog business model, which had served it so well for over 100 years, but was now becoming obsolete. Its sprawling physical stores, though once a symbol of its reach, became incredibly expensive to maintain, a heavy financial burden that dragged down its overall profitability. Desperate to boost dwindling revenues, Sears embarked on diversification efforts in the 1980s, venturing into financial services. It acquired Dean Witter Reynolds and launched the Discover Card, attempting to create new income streams. However, these ambitious moves only served to divert crucial focus and vital resources away from its struggling core retail operations, exacerbating its problems rather than solving them. The company then began selling off invaluable assets throughout the 1990s, including its iconic Chicago retail tower, its highly profitable insurance division Allstate, and eventually its entire financial divisions. Pieces of its legacy sold off to stay afloat. By the early 2000s, its market share had drastically diminished, a mere shadow of its former glory. The advent of powerful online retailers further accelerated this decline, presenting an entirely new and fierce competitive threat Sears was ill-prepared to face. In 2005, a highly publicized merger with Kmart Holding Corporation was orchestrated under the leadership of Eddie Lampert. This union was intended to forge a new retail powerhouse, capable of competing with modern giants. But instead, it only prolonged the inevitable financial struggles for another 13 years. The 2010s were marked by continuous store closures, thousands of locations shuttered across the nation, and significant mounting losses each year. This relentless downward spiral culminated in Sears filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in 2018. A truly shocking end for what was once the undisputed king of American retail, an institution that defined shopping for millions of families. Today, only a mere handful of stores remain open, a stark and poignant reminder of an empire that ultimately failed to evolve with rapidly changing consumer demands and a drastically shifting retail landscape, unable to recreate its magic from its peak of 3,500 stores or its $25 billion market capitalization.